feel like Pocket and I are dressed in a very contradicting way today. Hey everyone, it's Pocket, and today I thought we'd do something a little different. I really wanted to talk about something and I thought, hey, hang on, why not make this into a kind of prompt? I feel like the doll community on YouTube actually started out doing BJD prompts, at least that was the case when I started, and since then it's kind of evolved into tags. Tags come and go, it's like a trend, and not that many people though have been doing tags lately, so which is why I've decided to call this a sort of prompt, because I don't want to imply that everyone who watches this video has to do it. Anyway, the prompt that I came up with was your BJD wish list. So basically, who's on the horizon for you? Because anything can be on a BJD wish list, from clothes to accessories to eyes, whatever. But here's the catch. There can only be actual BJDs on this list, however long it may be. So hypothetical dolls, resin dolls, that you'd like to own at some point, or basically fantasize about owning. You can make these plans up completely on the spot and never go through with them, and it doesn't matter because it's all just for fun. On to my own answer to the prompt, who's on your doll wish list, or what BJDs are on your doll wish list. I actually have them listed here, so you've already stuck a post-it note here because I've actually already added to the list, haha, naughty me. Seeing as I want to go in a new direction with my collection, it makes sense that all the dolls on my wish list, all the dolls on my wish list, seem to be like firsts for me. I mean, the Dolce Aramis that I bought now is my first tan skin doll, first doll I bought in 2 years, first new doll I bought in a while, and also first time ordering from Dolce. So lots of firsts already grouped into one. And the next BJD on the wish list would technically be my first hybrid doll. So I don't know if anyone remembers this, but a little while ago I actually made a collection update video where I showed my floating heads, and one of them is a Benedict Cumberbatch Modol head, and thanks to a very awesome fellow doll YouTuber, I was able to come across a body which I actually like for him, that would not completely blow up my budget, and that I could get. But the body in question is actually the Loomsol 80cm body, and I would get it in normal skin yellow, just because the Cumberbatch head is a more yellow skin resin, you could say. It's kind of closer to a Folks resin, which is yellow anyway, than say a Fairyland resin, which is more pink. That's why I get the Loomsol body in normal skin yellow. And I also have strongly considered ordering an extra pair of hands with the body while I'm at it, but from a different company, because I'm not a huge fan of the hands. Of all the things on that body I actually quite like, but the hands are one thing. I like nice hands, and I think for such a large body the hands would need to be a bit more longer and just a bit more, I don't know, just look a bit different, at least in my aesthetic. I kind of want this first hybrid for me to work out, and I think with this body it would definitely work out for me. Next on my wish list are actually two dolls from House, and yes, I know I've had two dolls from House before, just in case you didn't know, and I sold them both because they didn't work for me at all. Body, just, I like the aesthetic, but the body, no. I've always loved the way House dolls look, and I love what other doll collectors do with House dolls, which is why I kind of was, you know, looking at House dolls for a while, and then, you know, they introduced their custom doll choice system, and then it kind of hit me that I really like one sculpt from them now, and that is the House SID Aurora. And Aurora was a sculpt that they had before from the original EID line, I think. It was one of the like first sculpts they had, and if I'm correct, and I just really like the serene look that she has. And but what really sold me on the sculpt was that they re-released her with an elf head, so just the sculpt Aurora with elf ears, and it just looks really, really good. Over half my collection consists of elves, so I just really like the way she looks with elf ears. Also, another thing that really drove me to want her, like physically want the doll here in my possession, was that House renewed the SID body. I've never had an SID body before, I just know that they were very similar to the EID body, which is what I did have, and all the joints there just weren't working well for me. but the SID body actually has renewed joints and looks a bit more slender, and just is a completely different aesthetic than it was before. And I did see a very good post on Den of Angels showing the capabilities of the SID body, and that was really when I decided that, yeah, I'm definitely giving this a go, because the joints look different, the elbows, the ankles especially. It just all looks like a doll that can pose beyond the mere basics, and that's what I would like. That doll, it would be the Eipelhaus SID Aurora Elf sculpt on the renewed SID body, female body. Probably on the medium bust, or even the small bust, because I was never a big fan of the glamour bust. The second Eipelhaus doll, which is on my BJD wishlist, is one that I have spontaneously added almost as an afterthought. So this is a really hypothetical doll, okay? We're talking like very vague here. Don't know if I'd ever get this doll, don't know if it would actually work, because it's kind of unconventional. I kind of fell in love with the sculpt Ray. Now Ray is technically an SID Eipelhaus male doll, but I really love the sort of Asian aesthetic that Ray has. I've actually come to like Ray more than Asa, and Asa is a doll sculpt that I think is amazing. I think she's gorgeous, she's so nice, and what they did with her aesthetic is just amazing. But Ray, for that matter, I think personally just appeals more to me. I like the strong jaw, I like the... I just like everything about her. That's the thing. I would love to have Ray on an HID Herculean Eipelhaus doll body. Only problem is that, as far as I could tell, the HID body being a new body as well, I kind of have hopes that it works a bit better. They didn't do many adjustments to any of the joints or the limbs or anything, so I'm a bit worried about that. She would be a girl, she would be on the HID body, female body, and she would be in grey skin, because I would make her into a badass warrior elf. Now let that sink in for a second. You should definitely go check out Ray if you haven't already. I feel like he's been kind of overlooked as a male sculpt in general, which is a shame, because I think he goes... I mean, the sculpt works both ways, male or female, and it's just... I think it offers a great deal of potential for characters that are maybe a little bit more rugged, a little bit different than the usual standard doll look. I mean, this is all just bubbles in the air, really, but they could pop at any moment. But I'm pretty sure about the Eipelhaus SID Aurora, just because I've really wanted to get back into Eipelhaus dolls, and I wanted it to be for the right reasons, and I don't know, I mean, other people are able to make them work, why shouldn't I be able to make them work now, at this point? Moving along, since I have a minifee in my hand, and you guys know I recently sold a minifee, I now have got 2 minifees, and I feel like at some point I would like to get another minifee. And which one, I don't really mind, because I've got 2 of the same sculpt right now, so that there's not much diversity in that. So I'd like a sculpt at some point that is different, possibly an elf. I really like elves, as I've mentioned before. And Fairyland is constantly releasing new gorgeous sculpts all the time, and I think eventually I will get another minifee. Oh my gosh, this is a project I would love to do at some point. Get a really old minifee from the marketplace that has been neglected and just run down. I've got this fantasy, this utopia, you could say, of saving an old minifee from the marketplace and making her into something wonderful and gorgeous again. Male minifees, I don't know, I've never been attached, never found myself liking a sculpt that would work as a male. Maybe Merwin I could see. Also, on that note, the new minifee male body actually looks really good, so who knows? Maybe my new minifee in the future, my future minifee, will be a girl. Maybe it will be a boy. Like I said, I'm completely open on that one. Now there are two more dolls on my wish list that are, I don't know, I think eventually I can see myself owning them, but it's still in the far future, it's still in the stars. The first one is a Cuartosdolls Darkhorn, which is the BJD dragon, for those of you who are unaware. I will link the website down below in the description box. And Cuartosdolls have been around for a while now, and they really got popular after making that dragon, the Darkhorn. And the Darkhorn comes in multiple colours. It's got a fantastically jointed body. I mean, the engineering on that thing is just awesome. And it even has wings by now. So I think I'd order one without wings, just because I would like it to be like just small and wingless, so that I could carry it around with me, and I would definitely display it. I mean, I have a whole, maybe I'll show you that at some point, I have a whole cabinet, and on the top of the cabinet I've got a shelf dedicated only to dragons. The Darkhorn would fit in so well up there. It's like the next level action figure to me. So, and I don't want to spend that much money on an action figure, to be honest. But maybe once I get my first paycheck or something like that, it'll be like a special occasion purchase. Oh no! Oh no! Look what I just did! I'm so silly. I just ripped off, well, I didn't rip it off, but I accidentally popped off Patch's bow from her shoe. Damn! I'm such a bad owner. Anyway, wardrobe malfunction has been fixed. Final doll on my wish list. Whew, I feel like this is gonna be another long video, guys. It is, I'm gonna cut straight to the chase. It is Cuartosdolls, Lilycat, Cuartosdolls, Ilana. I love that sculpt. I love that sculpt. I love that sculpt. She is so cute, so adorable, and so hard to get. And you'd think as a European BJD collector it would be easier to get one of those dolls, but I just haven't been able to justify buying one yet, because whenever they're released from Lilycat, they are quite a high price, because of course Lilycat is a one-person, as far as I know, a one-person BJD artist sculptor. I mean, all her dolls are amazing. Of course she's gonna ask a lot for the doll, and that's completely understandable. But then on the BJD marketplace, on like DOA or wherever I've looked, they're also really expensive, and I just haven't been able to find one that I really like, that would make me want to invest the money to get one. The thing is, there's a very specific skin tone I want her in, and I don't know how many there are available in that skin tone actually now left. So I'm kind of just crossing my fingers that eventually I will be able to buy one straight from her website, when I have the money, firstly, and secondly when she re-releases Ilana in that skin tone. Because I would really like to get an Ilana either, and I'm actually quite open on this point, either in grey skin or in violet skin. Yeah, and the violet skin tone, I don't know if any of you actually got that, but it was like very limited time only. I'm kind of just hoping that eventually I will have money, and when I decide to buy her, that the right time will come and there will be one for me at some point. Once again, I hope this video wasn't all over the place. I hope you enjoyed hearing about my doll wish list, and also I hope that a lot of you will be inspired to maybe create your own doll wish lists. Like really just sit down, make a list of all the dolls you'd kind of like to have, but never thought you could actually have, that you'd maybe like, and just make a list and make a video about it. And then in 2 years' time you can rewatch the video and be like, look, I wanted all those dolls back then, look what I've got now. And with that, Pocket and Pocket will take their leave. You guys have a happy dolly day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye!